So he testified to the basic narrative, that was in the citation. It seemed like they had their story straight, right? I mean, husband and wife. And he just went through, said he saw my client grabbing his wife by the arm, and he went over, or whatever he saw their interaction, and he saw my client grabbing his wife by the arm. And that's when he went over and punched my client in the face. So he went through, a similar series of allegations that his wife went through. And then, I got the opportunity to cross him, right? And I think the biggest point that I wanted to touch on was the affair, right? And, because that was going to be our argument as the motive for him making up this, being a part of this false report, right, to law enforcement, because he was so frustrated with this employer who had previously had an affair with his wife. So I asked him about there was no affair. It was just your client consistently and constantly reaching out and communicating to my wife. Like it was a one-sided thing, right? And that's not what his wife said, right? She just said no affair. And she didn't elaborate, right? And then the husband said, well, it wasn't an affair. It was just your client wouldn't leave my wife alone. Okay, so that was a problem, right? I mean, it's a problem for their story, but it's also a problem for us because, we've just got my client who's testifying to an affair, but then you've got two people, although in different ways, denying the affair.